Putin Kyungishan Dojian.
All right, guys, here we go. We are in the map Shattered Temple.
Yes.
And that's right. And in the red, we have our. He's on his way to winning Game 4 if he takes down this one.
Wow.
Could we see our first all kill of the second season of Team Arena Challenge? We'll find out. It is imbaFXO.BratOK. And down at the bottom, gotta turn it off. Gotta go downstairs. Gotta eat cereal. Yeah, whatever. It is in the blue for the team eSahara. It is Satini.
Oh, Friday.
I know.
Get down on Friday.
Yep. It's not Friday, though. Not today.
That's true. It is Wednesday, but
Yep.
that's okay. Actually, I have family coming in tonight, so pretty happy about
Cool.
this. It's going to be fun.
I will be leaving your couch for a short time and staying at the Rain House, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Yay, esports! Yeah, Doe is crashing with me at the moment.
Well, you know, it's been a while since I'd stayed in a team house. It's been like a whole month, so I had to get back into one.
It's been so long.
I know.
Oh.
That environment, man. It's something else. I got to say, I love it.
All right, so here we do, in fact, have Satini, as you mentioned, and I'm looking forward to this game. I know we have certainly had our discussions about Shattered Temple, but in a mirror matchup, a lot of those differences are minimized. It can create some pretty compelling. I also think that if you're going to have a TVT on this map, these positions are the best you can have them in. Close positions by air, because you'll see players that mix it up with some dynamic strategies, whether it be banshees or drops or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you mentioned, close air positions. Back in the day, it was like always banshees. It's like, oh, we're in close air positions. I guess we have to make banshees.
But I remember that.
You know, nowadays we see a plethora, if you will, of different styles, but banshees will always remain a very, very good opener. So we'll have to see. I mean, both players getting gas.
Once again, 15 gas for BratOK, though. He's done that every single game, and he's done 3 different openings off of that every game.
You know, way back when the Barracks build change patch happened, I had a conversation with Sho at the GOM house about this, and we were like, well, yeah, what do? Do you go like maybe 15 gas now? And we're like, well, maybe it could work. But, you know, I don't know if he ever really explored it. He probably did.
Sure.
I never really did. But, you know, here we have a Terran consistently getting gas on 15 and doesn't really seem to be hurting his build orders at all. I'll have to kind of examine that a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'd really like to know what you find out because, like I said, he's had a lot of flexibility. He's gone anywhere from reactor to tech lab to factory very quickly as well.
Yeah.
And looks like this time it is going to be a reactor again. This is the same build he did last game around against Maka, if you remember, on Terminus. So reactor following is his first add-on. His opponent, though, is going for a Reaper build, much like we saw Maka do on Terminus. So let's see if Satini has a little bit better look to throw at his opponent this time.
Should be pretty cool. There's the command centers going down the low ground for both players. And I'll have to see if Satini makes a second Reaper or if he decides to do something different. Yeah, we'll just be a factory on that tech lab. Oh, interesting. I wonder if that means he's going to possibly do some blue flame action. He could just go right into siege tanks, I suppose, but you know, a lot of times lately when you see that it is earlier blue flame, even after the nerf, people still like to get blue flame early in TVT sometimes.
Yeah, certainly. Every once in a while it works out well in these positions. Blue flame drops are still viable, and you don't see them as much anymore. But it's certainly a decent possibility. Oh, those were the worst days of TVT, though. After Boxer and all of Slayers really destroyed at MLG with just early Hellions, and then we saw that adopted in Korea to a huge degree, and then it was just nothing but Hellion Wars. Then people found out that landed Vikings are really good. Reaper gets in and picks off the SCV building of the command center. People found out that landed Vikings were super good against Hellions, and then you just had mass Hellion landed Viking, and those were boring days of TVT.
Well, if you say so, I liked yeah, it was fun. I don't know. I liked the old TVTs where you'd have like 100 SCVs or more dying in every game. That was fun. That command center really delayed a lot by Satini. Nice little move there. That's going to definitely set BratOK back. You can see the orbital command for Satini already getting started before the command center finishes for BratOK.
Yeah.
So nice little score there.
And as they had both built them at about the same time,
ouch.
Finally that Reaper gets picked off, but it's killed 3 SCVs, denied that build time. As we can see, they built it almost exactly the same time. So let's go ahead and take a look. Satini is 35 seconds. He has more than gained himself 40 seconds in an advantage of his orbital command time with that Reaper. Beautiful, beautiful use of that unit.
Yep, absolutely. Although when the Reaper dies like that, I refer to it as Boba Fetting. when your backpack malfunctions and you like fly off into the air and die.
Where's like the mobile Sarlacc pit?
There's
that
no
just opens
Sarlacc
up
pit.
underneath him. So.
That's true, but you know when you just fly in a random direction because somebody hit your jetpack, that's called Boba Fetting.
I like it.
Don't know.
I am adopting that now. So
Yep.
I support that notion.
Yep.
It's like BratOK is going to try and get back into this by dropping now, laddering some units in. The timing is a little bit late for this. As Satiini, it looks like he is now. Is he aware of this? Oh,
Well, with those 2 tanks, though, I think Satiini is going to be okay. That's not enough Marines to really deal with that quite effectively. And you can see BratOK pulling back, just using those Marines kind of to scout right now.
Yeah,
and
like
Hellion's coming in the front, but the bunker's ready and a landed Viking. Oh no, is this scaring you?
I can't watch this anymore. This is terrible. No.
Hellions and landed Vikings. Oh no.
Actually, it was a really good reaction there by Satiini. Cleans that up and presses his advantage that much further. He now has the better bases with which to build units. He has the better infrastructure. He has the better economy.
How much did those Marines actually see of Satiini's base? Because they went around the kind of western edge of that. Let's see. They actually didn't see a whole lot.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So that didn't even work out terribly well at K as far as like scouting purposes went for BratOK.
Yeah, definitely. So Satiini's been on top of his game. He's deflected drops. He's done a great job of mitigating, any sort of the build time that was going down on the command center and the orbital command with that Reaper killing 3 SCVs and denying that command center for so long. This has been really, really well played out of Satiini. BratOK, though, just with impressive macro, has kept his opponent on his toes and has matched him in supply still.
Yeah, things are going pretty well. Things are pretty even for both players. Looks like Satiini wants to be the one to take his 3rd base first. So that is exactly what he's going to do. And, you know, we are going to see, it looks like Marine Tank versus Marine Tank. Doesn't look like a whole lot of variation in terms of the unit composition from each player.
Pretty standard stuff. And see a couple of upgrades here. There they are. Combat Shields Impact coming up at the same time.
A little bit later. Everything just a little bit later for BratOK this game.
He is going to be ahead on Combat Shield, but of course his stim is going to, what, 110 seconds behind, I think, at the moment? Let's see. Yeah, just about. So 100 seconds behind.
Yeah, +1 weapons is going to be pretty helpful. Interesting. I usually you do see them get the combat shields, and around the same time it's not uncommon to see all 3 of those upgrades going at once. But yeah.
And patrolling Viking is patrolling, and he'll make sure that no dropships go down or anything like that. I relate everything back to Locat, speak. So yes.
Yeah.
Not a Locat fan?
No, I know what it is.
Like circa 2005, I suppose. But
those memes.
Patrolling Locat is patrolling.
Satiini bringing his main base with missile turrets, as we can see there. Wants to stay very, very safe against drops. It's good because the bases are just so ridiculously close by air. I mean, we talked about the whole close by air thing with Banshees earlier, but when it comes to drops and things, I mean, it's like literally a 2-second walk between bases. I think the 2 closest main bases in the game, I think, as far as popular maps right now.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, I'm actually looking from main base to main base. It's only crossed by this tiny little path.
It's ridiculous.
Now, there is... I mean, this is pretty good, though, by Satiini, because I think he just realizes how far ahead he really is. I mean, he knows that he's got his 3rd base down way before his opponent does. As soon as that production kicks in, he's maintained a decent supply advantage on top of investing in his infrastructure upgrades and this missile turret defense you were talking about. So, I think Satiini's just playing very intelligently at the moment.
Oh, look at this one. BratOK. Why can't I say your name? Because you are attacking the main base, burying some units up there, scanning.
Oh, that actually ended up not good at all for Satiini.
No, not at all.
Oh, no. That was no good at all, and he loses 3 of his tanks. BratOK still has the vast majority of his units, and now he's ferrying units into the main as well.
Yep, he's got to be a little bit careful about this. He doesn't have a whole lot of Marines. He's going to try to pick up the missile turret, pick up a few supply depots if he can.
Yeah.
Satiini should be okay. He's got a siege tank in position.
And looks like BratOK's going to pull back to his own siege tank. Now, a couple of units do move out, trying to catch BratOK's siege tank off guard, doing a little bit of damage, but need to pull back at the moment.
Yeah, BratOK is in a really great spot right now. He's going to be able to siege things up pretty easily. What's the Viking count for each player? I mean, you normally don't see quite as many Vikings with just Marine Tank, Medevac, but a lot of players will just try to get out a couple, and there's the only one on the map just doing some scouting.
Like you, though, I expect we're going to see a couple more here in a second. They are so critical to maintaining map control, especially in a Marine Tank war like this.
Yeah. Oh, sieging up at the gold, too.
Yep, and it looks like BratOK has actually finished up his expansion now. He has kept even in supply, slightly back in workers, but not going to make too big of a difference right now. And is he actually going to the gold? I believe he is.
All right, why not? If you've got the opportunity, you might as well do it. Gold bases are quite useful, of course, if you can mule those up. And, oh, I like this siege up on a place where the Marines will have a hard time engaging those tanks and sieging up some of the production buildings from Satiini as well. Satiini, though, has so many Marines. He might be okay if he spreads well. He can definitely take this out. Oh, yeah, no problem at all for eSahara.Satiini. This attack is going to get destroyed pretty quick.
Yeah, that was a really good win there for Satiini. As now... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, he's quite a bit ahead now.
Yeah, definitely. 25 supply up and climbing. And he does have that better economy temporarily. Of course, BratOK was a little bit closer to mine down on his earlier bases. Looks like Satiini moving out now, and this could be very bad for BratOK as he is caught unsieged as well. Satiini just going to go for it. Sieges up a little bit later than his opponent, but has vastly better medevac cover.
So many more medevacs. Not a whole lot of Marines for each player, but that's kind of how it is for Marine tank. It's like the last person standing has like 4 Marines left, and that's about it. And Satiini is going to continue to push this. If he can shut down that gold base, that would be a huge victory for him. That would go a long way in winning in this game.
I definitely agree with you because I think that would pretty much put a stop to it entirely. Oh, here comes BratOK, though. And is he going to go after the tanks right away? No. Goes after those a little bit later. Pulls a bunch of SCVs off of the line. No more tanks remaining for BratOK at all. Few Marines are actually stimming up now, but these tanks are taking their kills, certainly. A lot of them. And now almost a 60 supply advantage, and there's round 2 of units. Yeah,
another army coming in from Satiini right now. It's going to be enough to kill the last of those Marines. BratOK, though, just desperately holding on to threads at this point. And, oh, that is not good. It's not a planetary, so there's no defense really at all. And, yeah, BratOK doesn't have enough Marines and medevacs to engage this army of Satiini. Satiini is going to have such a hard contain on BratOK after this.
Yes, he is. And it looks like that orbital command is going to fall. Boom! There goes the gold. Is that the only tank up for BratOK? It is. He's trying to load up a big drop right now to pull some sort of a miracle base trade, Marine King Prime style.
It's going to take a miracle because he's about 100 supply down right now to his opponent. Yeah, I mean, on this map, when you get in this position, it's really, really tough to come back from it.
And looks like he is going to drop that in, though. It's going to be well out of Satiini's vision, but surprise! Here comes Satiini.
Yep, maybe not too much of a surprise, actually. It's such a huge army.
Yeah.
Why wait? And, yeah, just going to roll right over BratOK. There is that drop going in the main. SCVs having to be pulled, but, you know, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, those Marines are not going to have a base to come home to, and BratOK knows it. GG.